All right, today we're talking prime numbers. So, in review, factors. What are factors? Factors are two numbers that you can multiply to get a product. So, 7 and 3 are factors of 21. Another way to think of it is 21 is divisible by 3 and 21 is divisible by 7. The other factors of 21 would be 1 times 21 would give you 21. So the factors of 21 are 1, 3, 7, 21. Okay, that's a review. All right, so what's a composite number? A composite number is a number that has more than 2 factors. Okay, so then a prime number has exactly 2 factors. The only factors are 1 and me. So the only factors are 1 and itself, whatever that number is. Okay, so the number 21 is composite because it has more than 2 factors. It has 4 factors, 1, 3, 7, 21. The number 7, the only things you can multiply to get 7 are 1 times 7. So the factors of 7 are 1 in itself, 1 in me. Okay? All even numbers are composite except for the number 2. The number 2, the only numbers you can multiply are 1 times 2. Not all odd numbers are prime. 21's an example of one that's not. Okay, so let's take some numbers. 25. Well, we can do 1 times 25, but we can also do 5 times 5. So 25 is composite. Okay, how about the number 28? Well, it's even, so we know 2, so it's composite. The number 33, it's odd. We could try 1. We can try 3. Does 3 go into 33? Yes, because we know divisibility rules 3 plus 3 is 6, and that's divisible by 3. So 33 is composite. 37. Well, let's try some different numbers. We know it can't be 2 because it's odd. 4, 6, 8 can't be any even number. 3, try 3. 3 plus 7 is 10. That's not divisible, so it's not 3. 5 doesn't end with a 0 or 5. 7, no. We could keep checking, but 37 is prime. Okay. It would be good to have a list of prime numbers in your notes. We won't do that today, but it's good to get some of those. Prime numbers include 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and on and on and on. Okay, we'll get that list to 100 at some point. Okay, that's what prime numbers are. Prime, the only factors are 1 and me, composite, everything else. Okay, so let's do some prime factorization here, and I like using a factor tree. So today we're going to do a couple examples of factor trees. Let's do the prime factorization of the number 24. Okay, so we're going to make a tree here. We're going to take 2 numbers that we multiplied together to get 24. Don't tell me 12 and 12, that's addition. 12 times 12 is 144. We could do 12 times 2. Okay, and then we're going to do split 12 into 2 numbers that multiply to 12. We could do 6 and 2. Then we're going to break up 6. 3 times 2. Then we're going to break up 3. Can't do it. 3 is prime. We're going to circle our prime berries. 2, it's prime. We're going to circle 2. 2, it's prime. Circle it. 2, it's prime. So the prime factorization of 24, breaking it down into prime numbers, is 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. See that? When you get to higher levels, you'll do 3 times 2 to the power of 3. Same thing. Okay. Let's check this to make sure. 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12, times 2 is 24. I could have made a different factor tree for 24. In fact, I'm going to have you do this in your notes too. Let's take 24 and let's divide it into 8 and 3, because 8 times 3 is 24. And let's take 8, it's not prime, let's divide it into 4 and 2. And then let's take 4 and divide it into 2 and 2. It's a prime number, prime berry, prime berry, prime berry, prime berry. Look what we got, 2, 2, 2, 3. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter how you divide it up, you're going to end up with the same prime numbers. We could have done it with 6 and 4. You would have gotten the exact same thing. Okay, let's do one more example. Let's take a big number. Let's take 96 in your notes. okay, and these are factor trees. Okay, 96, we know we could divide it, it's even, so we can do 2. I could do 2 and 48, but I like to try to split it into 2 numbers as close to the middle as I can. I know this is divisible by 3, because I could add it. I think it's divisible by 6. Yeah, it is. 6 times 16. Let's do that. Okay. Then 6 we can divide up into 3 and 2. 3 is a prime berry, 2 is a prime berry. 16 we can divide up into 4 and 4. We could have done 8 and 2. That would have been fine. 4 divides into 2 and 2. 4 divides into 2 and 2. Those are my prime berries. So I have 3 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12, times 2 is 24, times 2 is 48, times 2 is 96. So my factor tree, my prime factorization of 96 is 2 times 2, we're doing it 5 times, times 3. So better yet, we would write 2 to the 5th power times 3. All right, that is prime factorization. That is using factor trees. We're boiling it down just to prime numbers and composite numbers. All right, thanks.